What's up, folks? How we doing? Nolan King here with another MMA Junkie mailbag coming at you from the Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville, Connecticut. Got 3 questions that I chose this week. All of them are good. You guys sent in great stuff again. Keep it up. MMA Hype Watch asks, with Cannonier losing at UFC 254, where does that leave Israel Adesanya, considering he's either beat everyone in the top 8 or they're needing a win after a recent loss or have one win after a very recent loss? So basically what he's saying is Cannonier was the clear-cut number 1 contender. He's out of the picture now, and all the other options have essentially lost one of their last 2 fights. So it does put Israel Adesanya in an interesting predicament where there's no fight that really is out there that excites me that he hasn't already fought. An opponent that he hasn't already fought. However, I think the rematch against Whittaker is the way to go. The first fight obviously was pretty dominant towards Adesanya. It's not like there was any controversy or it was a close fight, but I think you got to give Robert Whittaker the benefit of the doubt here. He went out there, he won against Darren Till, and he won against, recently against Cannonier. So for him, he's earned it. Those are 2 good wins. I know Izzy has the win over him. Whittaker's was a great champion, and I think he should be given the benefit of the doubt to have earned another shot at Adesanya. Our second question comes from Corey Bender. He's asking, what's next for Alistair Overeem? Should it be Alexander Volkov? Volkov, I think, if you look at the rankings, I think Volkov would be number 2 on my list of opponents that I would like to see Alistair Overeem face in his next fight, if I were to rank them. I think that the number 1 fight that I want to see is a rematch against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Biggie Boy getting the buzzer beater against Overeem the first time around, and I think that Alistair's fought backwards enough. He's fought Walt Harris, who was behind him in the rankings. He fought Augusto Sakai, who was behind him in the rankings, and he's proven time and time again that he is still an elite heavyweight. The guy is ageless, timeless, and should be given an opportunity to fight up. He doesn't have a million years left. He's done enough for the sport where I think that he can, if somebody deserves a rematch, it's a guy that was winning 24 minutes and 59 seconds of a fight before he got knocked out. So for me, I think that that's a fight that makes sense for Overeem, but also for Biggie Boy as well. I think Rozenstruik could benefit from a win over Overeem. It would be his 2nd in a row, really solidify him in that top 3 and make him kind of in the title picture once again. So that would be my pick. Book the rematch. Let's do it. Last question comes from my boy Michael Fidel, asking a Bellator question, which is appropriate being here in the Bellator fight sphere. He said, of the fighters whose Bellator contracts recently expired, including Bandejas, Agazarm, Lencioni, etc., which do you think will sign where? So just going off of those 3 names, I mean, we've got the Roy Nelsons, Frank Mir's in bare knuckle fighting now. Roy, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I'm not sure, who would pick him up at this point. I'm sure maybe there's some opportunities out there overseas or somewhere that would use the name. But generally speaking, I think that the 3 fighters that Mike outlined are probably the most surprising of the cuts. So for Ricky Bandejas, I actually wouldn't be shocked if he ends up back in Bellator. It seemed like to me that negotiations had hit a bit of a wall when that list came out. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in Bellator. AJ Agazarm, interesting scenario with him where he's got the name, his MMA career maybe wasn't what people were expecting, but he still has a little bit of momentum. He hasn't, his career's not at a loss. So for him, I think it would benefit for him to go to a promotion like Tara down in Brazil. I'm sure people would dig that, or I guess they hold events in Florida too, but them, I think that maybe going to LFA or something like that, getting experience would be good for him. As for Chris Lencioni, I think he was the most, besides Bandejas, was the most surprising cut. 7-3 on a 3-fight winning streak. My guess is that maybe, just maybe, the fact that his manager is Tiki Gosen, a close, obviously somebody that's been around close to the UFC for a long time, fought in the UFC, respected manager by the UFC. I think that we could see Chris in the UFC. I don't know if it will take one fight in between his Bellator segments and his UFC segments to get there, but I think UFC will be in the future should he win his next fight elsewhere. So that's that. I appreciate everyone sending in their questions. Keep it up. Everybody take care and have a great weekend.